We're going to be starting up the Circle Undone. So for those unfamiliar with the Circle Undone, there is a prologue, so we're going to start there. Hopefully we get through it pretty quickly. If that's the case, we're going to play Scenario 1 as well. If it tends to drag out, then we will move on tonight and play the Scenario 1 tomorrow. We are playing Circle Undone, as we said. There is a new keyword called Haunted. Haunted triggers whenever you would fail an investigation skill check at a location. There are also going to be other card effects that care about Haunted, but the primary way to trigger Haunted on a location will be to fail a investigation skill check. And then these are just reminders of things that were from other campaigns that were not the core set. Alert is similar to Retaliate, except it applies to Evade. So if you fail an Evade and the enemy has Alert, it will attack you. Story cards have on the back some kind of text that will tell you what to do, and you only follow that text. These are the prologue investigators, as we discussed a little bit. That's where we're going to be starting. So there's 4 different investigators here. There's Gavriela Mitza, who's going to be who I play. She is a fighter. Jerome Davids, who is your general clue getter. Penny White, who's over there. I have never actually played with Penny, but it looks like it looks like she is a willpower, so it looks like most likely she is for mystics or people who care about willpower. And then Valentino Rivas is about money, and he uses his money to pay for his skill checks and things of that nature. So those are the 4 prologue investigators. They are not to be used in other scenarios in this form. They do each have their own little ally card that might come into play later. But we are going to begin at the disappearance of the Twilight Estate scenario and doing some interesting things. So we have to do the prologue, which is scenario 0. We're going to be choosing the standard difficulty. So if we go over here, we're going to place down the prologue, and that's going to open up our options. We click standard, and that'll set the bag correctly for us. As you can see, there's nothing besides skulls so far, so there's not a lot of diversity on what can be pulled out of the bag. Let me remember to promote guns so they can get the board set up for us. Alright, let's head back over to here. So this says not to choose or assemble our investigator decks. As I said, we've already done that. I'll be playing Leo Anderson, and Gun's going to play Preston Fairmount. Neither of us has played these investigators before, so it's going to be a learning experience for us as well. We might have to check up some rules things and some extra things on their signature weaknesses or signature powers / cards. But here we have some lore. We must choose one of the investigators, like I covered. Like I said, I'm going to play Gavriela, and then you could play whomever you'd like. You will play this character and use them to determine the fate. Your choice of investigator will have no direct effect on our investigator, though the prologue will influence the story. And like I said, there's a possibility that their cards will come into play later if things go relatively well. If there are 3 or fewer campaigns, cross off the ones that are not chosen. So basically, anyone that you don't play can't become a part of the story. No big deal. So we'll go through the intro, go through all of this. One at a time, each player must read the intro for their character and read it aloud. We're just going to skip that part because it's a lot of lore. And while the lore is neat, I don't think that's an important part of this process. So we're going to go right to there and to setup. These things are going to be gathered by the app for us. Put the spectral locations into play, which is done. The spectral watcher begins in the entry hall, and we follow our setup on the back of our cards, shuffle the remaining cards to build the encounter deck. So some things will take cards out of the encounter deck for us. There is no positive resolution for this scenario, so there's no way that we can actually win. We have to just focus on not losing as best as we can. Our goal is going to be to gather as many clues as we can before our inevitable demise. Note that while cards can still be added to the victory display, no experience or victory points will be gathered this scenario. Since we do not have decks, we will ignore any instruction or effect that would cause us to draw cards from our deck or interact with those decks in any way. Additionally, since we don't have discard pile, whenever a card would be put into the discard pile, it is instead removed from the game. So what that's saying is effectively is that when you would use a card and normally it would go to your discard pile, you have to remove it from the game because you might then accidentally shuffle it in and take a horror and draw a card, things like that. It's just a way to cleanly keep them very contained. It says good luck, we'll need it, and they're not wrong. This is definitely one of the more difficult things. Alright, let's get over here. As I said, I'm going to be Gavriela. I'm assuming that you're playing the money person? Yeah, Valentino. Alright, so Valentino's ability is during a skill test you're performing, you can spend 2 resources to reduce the difficulty of this test by 1. That is limited to once per round, but it is a fast effect. You get extra money on stars, and you have pretty decent, better knowledge than I thought. That's pretty good, actually. And then you get a bunch of cool cards. One of them is well connected, which uses your money to make tests. You guys are going to see a lot of that card. And then you get a weapon, which is also good for us. All right, there's actually some pretty interesting things. All right, maybe we have a better chance than I thought of getting through this well. So we have Gabriella over here. This is my card. So we all are going to start in the Victorian halls, I believe. The pistol begins in play. I remember that. I believe physical training is also in play, and then the rest is my hand. Let's read the back of this. So the 45 automatic with only 2 ammo remaining. So we've used 2 bullets. Physical training is in play. That's correct. Our opening hand has first aid, guard dog, evidence, dodge, extra ammunition, and 2 copies of Delay the Inevitable. So this is also showing us some of the new cards. Delay the Inevitable is from this set. It's a fast action that you can only play during your turn. You attach to an investigator under at my location, but under their control. So I could play this on gun if I wanted to. Whenever you're dealt damage or horror, discard it and cancel that damage and or horror. When the Mythos phase ends, you have to pay 2 resources or discard it. So it becomes a money sink if you don't get hit. But it's a good way to block damage when it comes in. And then you can see here, my star effect is healing 1 damage and 1 horror, which is incredible. And then in my, I'm kind of a tank whenever an enemy attacks me. Even if I cancel that attack, I still get a clue at my location, and that's once per round. So that will trigger on attacks of opportunity, but it also triggers during the enemy phase, which is when it's intended to be triggered. Alright, my bag is empty, so we can just put this over here with the other ones. Perfect. Oh, you start somewhere else. Neat. You start in the billiards room. That makes sense for the money guy. Is that on the back of your card? Is that what it is?
Correct.
Nice.
As well as an attachment to the agenda.
And you also have to get Shadowhound?
That's what's right in front of me.
Oh, okay. So you have Shadowhound and Terror in the Night, and you begin with 10 resources instead of 5. Must be nice. I think I start with less money, right? I only have 1, yeah. Super cool. Alright, let's come up here. Alright, so I'm in the Victorian halls and you are in the billiard room. I have no clues. That's fine. Terror in the Night is a willpower check. If you fail, put it in the up here. If you fail by a lot, it gains Surge. When there are 3 copies here, discard them each, and each investigator takes 3 horror. Okay, no thank you. I very much would like to not do that. Horror is bad for me. Alright. Forced. After Doom is placed on any card, you must either take 1 damage or 1 horror, and then that becomes 2 damage or 2 horror instead if there are 5 or more Doom in play. When any investigator becomes defeated, that investigator must advance this agenda. Do not remove any Doom when you advance the agenda. The Act deck says whenever an investigator is eliminated, place each of those clues on the Act instead of their location. Get as many clues as you can before your inevitable demise. And there's no clause for advancing the Act, so okay then. They weren't kidding when they said it was going to be a challenge. Alright. Well, there's no mulliganing, so we're ready to begin. I think you have a friend, and that's a job for me. Or at least I should come help.
If you would like to, I could evade it first.
Oh, I don't think I can kill it in 1 turn, but I can certainly do some damage to it, and I don't have a lot of other things to do, so sure. I'll start by moving in here. I'll reveal this location. Let's flip over and see what it says. If you fail a resource check here, you lose 2 resources, and if you cannot lose a resource, instead you take horror. So that's super scary. I'm going to move over 1 more.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to shoot that fellow. Actually, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're supposed to evade first, because if I shoot and hit you, that's really bad. So let's just back up. You go first, because I can't kill it unless you would attack it. We can't kill it this turn.
All right. So I'm going to play Opportunist.
Okay.
So if we succeed by 3 or more, return it to my hand after this test instead of discarding it.
Sure. So you're 5 to 1. So you're +4. Okay. So you lose Opportunist.
Alrighty. Cool. I can reduce the difficulty of this test by 1, which would let me.
You would
I
have to have
wouldn't
done
be
it before you taken it.
for.
But if you're
It
saying,
says during.
yeah, before you
Not.
pull the thing, while you're setting up to take the test, right? So when you
There's not a
announce,
fast window before resolution.
no,
Because how else do you play lucky?
um, maybe you're right. Let's double check. I don't know. I guess you're right. So you could play lucky, so you could reduce it by 1, sure. So then you get to 2 minus
It would
2,
still
and you'd
be
be 5 to 2. You'd succeed by 3. So sure, go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you committed it in the first place, but
Well, I just figured.
I'm just saying, like it only would have added 1 token to the bag, so you risked it for right because you were
Okay.
+3 to start. So I think committing it was a mistake, but that's fine. So you get it back.
Okay. Cool. Books here are that. So even. So I plus one is 46%. Okay.
+1's usually not good, yeah.
Well, this is the first mission. I guess in this one it's a
It's
little.
not. It's the prologue.
Well, there's that as well then. Oh. Okay. So that's unfortunately that's what's giving me the +1,
hmm
and I don't want to have to discard an asset. But it's once per turn, so let's go give it a shot. Let's go.
You're gonna do this at
Yeah,
+1, and you lose this if you miss.
that's not. It's not a must asset. It's or take 1 damage.
Oh, okay. So sure.
I succeed.
Oh boy. All right.
I have 1 more
I
action.
believe you.
I forget what's in your starting pool of things.
I mean, there you go.
First aid, guard dog, evidence. Ah, that seems just perfect. Evidence is 1 clue, right?
Yes, but I'm not intending to use it here
Oh, okay.
unless you want to do the 4 shroud location.
I think the 4-shard location seems great for me.
Okay, then never mind.
All right, I'm gonna move on out as my third action.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move over here and shoot, and that is a success for 2 damage.
Okay.
So that's my 3. Well, thank you. All right. And then upkeep, but we don't do any of this. We just get the money. And then he will ready and become my friend.
He will hunt.
Yes, he also has damage on him, by the way. I forgot to put that on.
Okay.
He begins with 1 damage from me using those bullets that I took off my gun, I suppose. And I was supposed to
Okay.
get the copy of Fate of All Fools. I forgot to do that, so let's grab that before we continue. I got so caught up getting all my cool things that I forgot to get these terrible things as well. Alright. Alright. Now we are good to continue. He does... Well, is this... The entry hole is blocked. You cannot enter, and they can't spawn. Nothing here says anything about him moving, so sure. He will hunt.
Okay.
Alright. So then encounter cards, I'll be the lead investigator, so I'll grab mine. I'm pretty sure I just shuffled, but I'll shuffle again.
Put a doom on, so
Oh yeah,
take a
I'll
damage.
take a damage. When your turn
Or-
begins, resolve the haunted ability. Okay, right on time. Thank you, game. Okay.
Oh, and there's nothing we can do about that. Okay.
Yep, I can take the test at the end of my turn, but that's it. Go for it.
All right.
Investigator, he just goes with you. He is aloof and a hunter, and the location that he is at gains haunted. He'll attack you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll begin by discarding physical training. which
Okay.
then gets roofed by the rules. Um, I am torn now because normally I'd want to use my pistol on the Spectral Watcher, but as I look at the Shadow Hound and what are my odds of passing this test? I'm testing even. I can get +1. None of that seems good. I mean, I have to play for the odds that I keep the pistol, I think. So I'm going to just punch the Shadow Hound.
Okay.
I am +2. I
Hey.
am successful. I will play Evidence then, which gets
Okay.
me this clue. And that's a fast, so it doesn't take an action. Um, if I play that, I can't pay for it. Oh, thank you. And action 1 is used. If I play this, I can't even use it to get value because it costs too much money. I definitely can't risk playing this yet, which would then negate almost all of its value. I think action 2 is just going to be to move in with you.
Okay.
And that way I can get one of these clues. And then action 3 will be to get financial compensation. I will now test at even and hope that we succeed. Yes, as usual, I do not. Continue.
All right. Cool. Oh, but at least you don't have to discard the asset location.
No, now I will lose 2 resources.
Okay. So was it? Oh, upkeep would get you there anyway. Okay, never. All right. So let's start off with investigate.
You might want to get
Actually,
money
no. We'll get
first.
money first.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I agree. Alright,
Now
so
we
that
will
gets you
investigate
to
them.
+2, so that's 5, right? So you're
Yep.
+3 to the location, which is pretty strong. I think that's most of the bag, of course.
And we fail, so we lose 2 resources.
Yep.
Okay, I'm now +1. Actually,
You could just
we'll
use
lose 2
2
resources.
resources to reduce the test, right? And you'll pass.
Yeah, we're gonna do that instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't have to spend anything, it's a fast.
Yeah.
You can leave this clue here, by the way,
Okay.
because I'm going to get it when the big
Well,
guy comes in.
that's 2 actions.
Hmm.
And then based off of our discussions, then it sounds like I should click up for money.
Okay. That's your last action. So then we'll go to the monster phase. He's going to hunt. I will take him as my friend. He will then attack me. I will spend 1 money to play dodge, which will negate the attack. However, I
Okay.
can react with my ability once per round. Whenever I am attacked, even when cancelled, I can get a clue at my location. So I will do that.
Look at you, clue in.
Yeah, I'm a clue master. Alright, so from here, we'll go to the upkeep step, which is really just the get a money and ready your card step. And from there, we'll go to Doom on the agenda. We have to each take a damage or horror. I'll take another damage.
Okay.
Alright, and then encounter cards. Okay, perfect, right on time. Alright, so you're going to have to choose the bad side of that, because I have the good side, also known as the actual bad side. So I must take 2 direct damage,
Or
you put
plays
a
1
Doom
do.
on it. And remember, if you put a Doom on it, I have to take 1 damage anyway.
I think we will both do.
Yes. So either I take 2 or we each take 1.
I think based off of it, we should each take
1? Okay. And it's direct, so even if we had soak, we couldn't use it.
Okay.
Alright. So that's all of those. So I will begin by firing at the Spectral Watcher with the... first I lose 2 resources. Yeah. First I lose 2 resources by resolving the Haunted text. Then I will use my automatic...
You also get hit by... Or is it just of the location?
What's going on?
when you revolve each haunted ability on your location.
Oh,
I
this
just
guy's
don't
hitting
know.
me too? Super cool. Yep, no, that's
Well, it
not
says
bad.
on your location. He is not on the location. No, it's just the card because
This
it
says
is
here that your location gains haunted. It says it right on it.
right,
So the
right.
location
But it's
has that on it, right? Nether Mist location
oh,
gains it. It doesn't say Nether
okay.
Mist has it, right?
Yep. Okay.
So I've taken my 1-in-1. I didn't realize that, but it's too late now. I will use my bullet as discussed. I will be +2. Um, I don't think I'm going to get enough money to play both of these. So I will go +3 because that's a lot better. It's a 23% increase, yeah. Didn't need it, but
Hey,
that's okay. That puts 3 on him. Oh, that's not gonna. I'm not even close to killing him. What am I doing? All right. Well, whatever. I guess we're gonna punch him at +1. This isn't gonna go well at all. Yeah.
at least not doesn't have retaliate.
Sure. Doesn't have retaliate. Punch it +1, of course, and punch it +1. Okay. What's this? It was an attack, so I have to resolve the haunted abilities. So I take 2 horror and damage in a horror, and I'm dead. Cool. Your turn.
Are you are dead?
Yeah, I only have 4 health, right? 4 horror?
Ah, because of the location. Yep.
Yep, I
Okay.
have no money, so I take 2 from the location, and then I take another 1 from the Nether Mist, and that's the end of the line.
Okay. You die, so we have
Yep,
to resolve the.
that's true. I was not defeated by the Spectral Watcher. I was not defeated. Well, I could choose by an enemy attack, but I'm going to choose it to be the location. However, there wasn't 7 or more doom, so I was pulled into the Spectral Realm. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I will start off with evading our friend. It sounds like.
He's your friend now. I don't exist. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
our friend.
Your.
Uh, so I will go ahead and go +3 on him.
And then since I die, this doom goes away. That was on my card.
Yeah, that is a failure.
He
But I
is
will.
alert. Okay.
So that's action 1. It's you.
Stop turning my card over. Thank you. Okay, action 2 is
Action
moving.
2. Action.
Yes, that's smarter. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and when I die, we put these clues up there.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go to upkeep.
Alright, well, that's gonna hunt, and
Yeah.
that's gonna awaken.
And then bad thing or doom on the agenda.
Yep, and you take damage, or a horror,
All right.
encounter card. Put a clue back.
All right, and then I get to pull again.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Well, I do not have a deduction functionality here.
Nope. It's probably you spend 3 actions to get 3 clues, and the next turn you evade move clue. Or clue evade next turn if you need to get a money this turn.
I'm pretty sure I have to.
Something
Money,
like
just leave it.
get a money.
It's a shard of 3, right? Yeah.
Well, it's 5 because of the obscuring fog, right?
Yeah. So I have to get up. So that's that.
Yep, and then you can use cunning to get the extra money, right? Or the extra knowledge. With well connected, you use both.
Cunning.
You should have cunning, don't
yeah.
you?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not accustomed to the names of the cards that you're talking. And yes, I was considering these things as part of.
Yeah, you just use well connected and cunning, right? So you get plus
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5,
5.
6. Or sorry, 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get 5, which makes me +3.
Yeah, plus 3, which is basically the bag. Yep, good.
So.
And then because you succeeded, you get to destroy the obscuring fog.
Yes.
Yep. So now you're just even.
Now I am even.
You spent 2 actions, right?
Yes, one to click up, one to do that.
Yep. Just making sure we're on the same page.
And then I think I will go. Let's see. Save the evasion. I'm just debating it.
Yeah, I'm just reading what your cards options are.
I'm thinking Money Talks goes in here.
That sounds right. So you're +5, or you're 5?
Oh, that's a failure. Ugh.
Right?
I spent 2 money.
Sure.
And get the. Okay.
Alright, so then they all hunt. Alright, you don't have to evade this one because he doesn't engage you.
Correct. And Doom on the agenda.
So you have now it's still only 1. The next one's going to increase.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Does it move as well? I just took the hit.
Yes. It moves, engages, and attacks over the enemy phase.
Okay. Well, here you go. Take 1 and 1.
Okay. Well then. That makes things a little interesting.
Failure is inevitable.
Well, yes.
Yep.
Cool. So I now have gets me +1. Well, +2. And commit opportunist here to evade.
Okay. You only succeeded by 1, so this goes away.
Yep. You healed, or it healed off of that, so it's shot. I am in, click down, it's +1 that way. So the goal is just to get as many clues as possible, right?
Yep. If you don't think getting this one is reasonable, moving is fine. Yep. Much better. Yeah. +2 base.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on that.
So you would fail by 1, so I'm assuming you're gonna.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Agenda. Now it's 2.
Now it's 2. Yeah. And
but we have to get
it can't be split. It looks like it says 2 damage or 2 horror. It doesn't say.
Okay. And the goal is to get to 7 doom.
Well, when I flipped it over, it was 7 or more doom. To be able to disappear into the mist. Otherwise, something else will happen. Depending on what happens.
I have to get 2 more, which is impossible.
No, 2 more turns total. It's not impossible. You could take 2 more on red, and then the next turn there'll be 7 in play.
There will be, because it'll go to 6.
No. So next turn you'll take 6 and put 2 on you, right?
Right, which kills me.
No, it doesn't. You have 5. 2 more is 4. You've already taken it, right?
No, I have not.
Oh, well then yes. It's impossible unless there's some way for you to heal.
Okay. Well, let's try. Oh, and they would have stayed there because.
He would hunt.
He would hunt.
He stays. He was exhausted.
Yes. So I will try to make it through. Oh, he's gonna come through anyway, isn't he?
He is going to come in this turn. Yes.
Then I think there's no way to.
I mean, you can get the clue that's here. There's no way dying right now is correct, right?
I don't get eaten by him.
Okay. Whatever you want. It's your character. I think getting the clue's better, but it's fine if you don't want to get eaten by him.
Get the clue.
You have to move in and then evade him to not die to him.
Okay. That is possible.
Yes.
Alright, so let's start off with this.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Plus 2
plus
base.
2 as we discussed. It's plus 2 base.
Yeah, I just wanted to
So
see what kind of icon that had, and the answer is it doesn't.
yes. 1 or so plus 2. This gets. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do the cutting.
Alright, so it gets you plus 2 more, so your 5 to 1 is plus 4. Super succeed and get paid.
Alright, so that's action 1. Action 2 is to move in as discussed.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yep, action 2 is move, and then action 3 is to evade, right?
Yes.
So you're currently 4, 5, 6, because you're going to use this, right? That's why you saved it?
Yes.
So that gets you to plus 3, which is a pass. And then you are dying one way or the other to the
Yes.
on the agenda. And you had no way to pull another encounter card, right? I didn't think so, I'm just checking.
No.
Okay.
Unless, yeah.
Right,
Because
so
I can't, even if I couldn't split it, yeah, there's no way to do it.
Cool. Alright, so you were not defeated by his attack, you were not defeated by a monster attack, there is not 7 or more dooms, so you also were pulled into the spectral realm. With me. We are friends. Alright, and then your 5 clues come up here with my 2 clues. And we had 7 clues. Huzzah. Alright, and that's the entirety of the prologue. Come into here. No experience is earned. Record that 7 pieces of evidence were left behind in the book. If you could do that, please. Get rid of all the cards, and then begin play of the regular one. Well, that went pretty quickly, so I'm up for playing Scenario 1 if you're up for it.
Sure.
Okay. The nifty cleanup button, as you can see, has cleaned up everything for us. We did. Oh, there they are. 7 pieces of evidence. Is it on state 2, by the way? Did you check? Is that something that they put?
I did
Because
not
that would
see
have
it
been
there.
smart. Yeah, no, they didn't. It would have been smarter for them to have done that, right? I don't know, just pieces of evidence somewhere.
As they're using what was put in there by Fantasy Flight, I'm assuming that
Yeah,
they
but I
wanted
would
to
have thought
dock it.
Fantasy Flight would have also done that. It's okay. All right. So here we go. We can press build now because our.
Are you going to restart your stream to separate the videos?
Nope. It's all going to be part of the same beginning.
Okay.
So as I said, I'm going to be playing Leo. They're playing Preston, so we'll go over Preston really quick. He begins play on the back with his family inheritance in play. It's a permanent. And then he has his basic weakness, which you're going to have to check. His big restriction is that he cannot have any illicit cards, so it's the one thing about him that makes it a little bit more difficult. He does get access to Roguelish 0 to 5, Survivor 0 to 2, and Neutral 0 to 5. His family inheritance works a little weird. You spend an action to move all of the cards, all of the money on it to his resource pool, or you could actually just spend the resources that are on it. Every turn, it'll get 4 resources added. So either, and then they discard it at the end of the turn. So you'll never have more than 4 on it. But what you can do is click the 4 in, or just use them. So basically, if you don't have money that you can spend in your hand, you can use it to add it to your resource pool. And then this over here, Preston says, anytime you would gain a resource from a card effect, instead put them on family inheritance. So something to the effect of like Hot Streak or Emergency Cash or any card like that would go onto family inheritance, and then you either would have to spend it or click it over. But your resource generated from your upkeep is just going to go there to your resource pool, not to family inheritance. So he's a little interesting. Leo Anderson is also pretty interesting. When your turn begins, you get a reaction to play an ally asset, and you reduce the cost by 1. So it's like 3 actions in 1, right? Because 1 you get to play it, that's an action. You reduce the cost by 1, that's an action. And by using your actual play, it's really unique ability. So when you hit your star effect, you can search for the top 3 cards for an ally to try to draw it. In the beginning, I'm not going to have too many allies because I don't have charismas yet, but I do have a couple, so we'll see what happens. I'll do my mulligans real quick. That is his signature weakness, which means you must discard an ally asset from play or each one from your hand. If nothing is discarded, shuffle it back in. But none of these are weapons and none of these are allies, so we're just gonna... Oh, we're supposed to draw one more. Yeah, that's still not... Alright, well we got allies and weapons and good cards, so we're pretty happy. This is probably close to the ideal starting hand. So, yeah, no complaints here. Alright, so let's press place for the witching hour, which is this scenario, and head into the book to make sure we do things in the correct order. The intro, the lead investigator must choose. I'm always a fan of woe is me mentality, so we're going to do what can I do to avoid this fate? And I'll be the lead investigator since I'm the guardian. In the campaign log, record you have accepted your fate. That feels like the opposite, but okay. Add 2 tablets for the remainder of the campaign. Before drawing your opening hand... Oh, that's right. Never mind. I'm doing the other one. So take out those tablets and do the...
I was like, this is not the one you normally choose.
No, I didn't pay attention. Yeah, give me the other one. 2 squids. So, yeah. Because that
what are we
weakness
notating
is not...
then?
What do we... We don't have to... Oh, we rejected our fate instead of accepted.
Okay.
And then intro 4 is just flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way I'm putting a free weakness into my deck. That's just crazy talk.
Well, I think isn't the bonus like the Ace of Rods is good for you, isn't that? Or you want stars, right?
You want the star, but because we're not playing with return 2s, there are no stars.
Gotcha.
Whee! And you also are missing some other cards that you can't get, but it's okay.
Because I'm a Silverlight, does that matter?
I don't think so. We'll read everything and go through it.
Okay.
Nothing so far has cared about our traits, so...
Okay.
Gather all the following cards. They are gathered. When gathering this, only gather those. That's already done. When gathering these, set them aside. That's going to be done. Put 5 witch-haunted woods into location as follows. In player order, each player gets 1 in front of them randomly into play until there are exactly 5 in play. In a 2-player game, the lead investigator has 3 and the other player has 2. Remove the rest from the game. Each investigator can choose 1 in front of them to pick at random. Set the remaining cards aside and shuffle the encounter cards. During this scenario, we'll begin lost and separated. We are not connected. The woods in front of us are connected, but the entirety of the woods are in the beginning will not be connected. So what that means is these 3 by me are connected. I can move interchangeably between them, and yours are connected. Later on, that might change, but for now, that's going to be it. I'm assuming you randomize these for me, or no? It doesn't really matter.
Yes, it is.
They're as random as, like, we don't know what's on the back, but I'll just start here. Okay. What did you get? Life decisions. I mean, you're there already, so that's fine. Yeah. That's not a problem.
I have to get below 3 or above 10.
I thought it was in between. Oh, between 3 and 10. Well, that's also easier for you. That's fine.
It is.
All right, either way. So we are in play in front of these locations, as we covered about the connectivity. Oh, and then the rest is done. Okay, so let's come up here to the agenda and the act. The act says at the end of the round you may spend clues, so the advancing happens end of round. We need 4 to advance, and we have 8 doom before the agenda advances. We chose squids, which are much harder than tablets, so let's live our life. Cool.
Okay.
Did you want to go first, second, what?
I would like to go first.
All right, go for it.
I'd like to go ahead and, as a fast action, send you 3 of my money.
I will happily take money. Sorry. I will never complain. I will never complain about money going into my system, so thank you.
Uh-huh.
Now you meet the condition.
I do. I'm going to go ahead and play my rabbit's foot.
Sure.
Off of...
I'm assuming off your inheritance, right?
I'm considering this because my upkeep is going to do it again, and I don't... I can move up to, and it's a fast, so okay. That's fine. Yes, off my inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's action 1.
Yep.
Action 2, I am going to test this location.
You mean investigate?
Yes, I am going to investigate this.
Go for it.
Yep.
You have failed by 1 billion. I'm assuming you're going to be using your rabbit's foot.
I am.
And then
I'm
-4 reduces you to 0, so you did succeed by less than 2, so you can use, look what I found, 2 or less is
Yep.
what I meant to say.
Yep.
And then you can play cards off of this, so all of that is good.
All right. So that is action 2.
Yep.
Or that was action 1. No, that was action 2 was
Rabbit's foot was
Rabbit's
action
foot.
1. Yep.
And that's action 3.
Alright, you cannot investigate this while you have between 3 and 5 cards in your hand, which you currently do, and you can discard cards once per round and have somebody else draw a card.
Okay, and that is my 3 actions, so that empties out.
Remaining, yep, at the end of your turn that empties out, and now it's my turn, and suddenly I'm richer than I thought I would be. At the beginning of my turn, I will react, and I will spend 4 money and play Greet Wagner. She gives me +1 strength. And then after you defeat an enemy, I may exhaust her and deal damage to her to get a clue from my location. Then I'll spend 3 more money to play. Oh, sorry. Play only as your first action. This is a reaction, so that doesn't count. So, yes, I will spend 2 money to play Scene of the Crime. There's no bad guy here. That doesn't make sense. And you have 2 clues, right? We won't advance if I do this. Yeah, never mind. My initial play was correct. Well, I might, but we'll see. I'd rather have a weapon than to do that. So action 1 is going to be the weapon, and then action 2 will be to investigate at +2, which I will succeed. And then action 3, I will investigate again, and I will succeed. And I should read this to make sure that there's nothing on this location. When the last clue. Okay, that's fine. We're good to go.
Blocks of text.
Yes, blocks of text. But it says last clue, so I can stop because this is not the last
clue.
All right, so from here, we go to the enemy phase. There aren't any, so then we'll go to upkeep. And then we will have the option to advance. I think we should.
Sure.
All right, let's advance. Each investigator must randomly choose one of the set-aside Arkham Woods locations and put it into play in front of them. No, those aren't them. Oh, no, yeah, it's the Arkham Woods we want, which are going to be in here. Oh, things are coming out.
Sorry, I was just grabbing.
Yep, it's okay. So we each get one of the Arkham Woods, and it goes in front of us.
Okay.
And immediately move to that. That move cannot be canceled. Yoink. Okay. Each investigator spawns a set-aside goat spawn at their location. Is that what's in here? Ooh, whoops. No. The goats are in here. So he doesn't exist. I get a goat, and you get a goat.
Okay.
There are not 4 investigators, so we do not have to put the Relentless Dark Young into play. We then have to test either willpower or agility. If you succeed, you can exhaust the enemy and disengage from it. So I am +1 willpower, so I will test. I would like to be +3 more, so I'm going to be +4 willpower. I have successfully evaded my friend.
Oh, you don't want to test feet?
No, I chose not to test agility. I don't think that was a good idea for my lumbering Leo. You can test, but I think it's a good chance to use your rabbit foot. That's about it.
We're going to do a couple things here.
Okay.
So we're going to test.
That's a good decision.
I may spend 2 resources to immediately succeed. So I'm going to do that for the moment.
Okay.
I had other thoughts, but that seems like a better idea for the time being.
All right. So you exhaust and disengage from it, effectively evading it. We're then going to shuffle Demonic Piping, 1 copy of Demonic Piping into the encounter deck, and place the other 2 into the discard pile. So that should be 1 and 2, and then that goes back away. All right. And then the locations in front of you are still connected. We can still not connect with each other. And we need to get 2 more clues to advance. All right. From there, we'll put a Doom on the agenda and draw our counter cards. What's up?
That was the very first good round 1.
Your turn 1 was very good, and that enabled mine to be even better than I thought it was going to be. So I'm excited. All right. Test willpower 5 for each point you fail by. Okay, we're definitely just gonna test this straight up. So we are -1, -2. So we're gonna flip over the top 2 cards. 1, 2. There is a curse. I believe that's one of the things I'm looking for. So I must deal 1 direct damage to your investigator and each of your allies. So that's fine. So 1 to Greet and 1 to me.
All right, my bad
And
thing.
then hold on, let me make sure I do this
Okay.
correctly. Because this is discard. Okay. The last time it was reveal, remember? And we were shuffling
Yes.
incorrectly. So go ahead.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey.
right on time. Doom on the agenda. We will not be able to interact with those kind of cards ever. All right.
All right.
I'd like to go first, unless you have some agenda.
I always have an agenda, but it's okay.
All right. I'm going to play Scene of the Crime and get both of these clues, because I am not going to be doing other stuff.
Okay.
And then I will attack with my Enchanted Blade without using a charge. So I am 6 to 3, which is +3. I succeed, so he'll take a damage. And then, sorry, that's 2 actions. And then I'll attack him again without using a charge. And I will also succeed, and that's another damage. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. I get my 4 resources. Investigating with fist is not something I was
Yes, combat is tricky.
intending to do.
Tricky.
So I'm not sure what's the other one. I can investigate while you're between 5. So I think action 1 is to click up for a money.
Okay.
Action 2 is to spend all of it.
Also reasonable.
Action 3 is to get out of here. And action 4 is going to be to investigate this location while I can meet the requirements. Oh, I cannot investigate this location while I have 3 to 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Even if you discard 1, you won't meet the requirements.
Debate. So up here with.
For what it's worth, I can advance without you.
I think that me not having a friend engaged with me is going to be the way we want to do this.
Sure. So then you'll move down or not?
I'm thinking about my rabbit's foot.
Okay.
There's no haunted right if you fail resolve the bottommost treachery. Is there other?
You would just do this. So that one, which is very bad.
Bad. Okay. So then let's not worry. Let's not just do that. Oh, we didn't put any of those in because we went the other way.
There are no tablets. There are elder things.
Okay.
So
then let's.
There's no.
Go.
If you fail, choose an exhausted or damaged witch. So there isn't one.
Yeah.
So you can. The only thing that could be bad is if you hit a skull and fail, because then you're advancing through the deck quicker, which is bad. And there's 2 skulls, so it's about 10% chance that you'll hit a skull, roughly.
All right, we'll just move and we'll draw a card.
Okay. I mean, yeah, realistically, if you're just trying to draw a card from the rabbit's foot, you just draw the card, right?
Well, possibly I get a clue instead, which is also a thing, but sure.
I suppose. All right, so then we go to the monster phase. They're both exhausted. Then we go to the upkeep phase.
Weren't you going? Okay. You were going to advance that.
It's at the end, isn't it?
No, it's if.
This one was whenever, but we can advance when we want. Then that's fine. He'll wake up.
Yep.
And I've already done my upkeep. You've done yours, I believe. So Doom on the agenda and encounter cards. Okay. Okay.
Hey. I'm helping.
Yeah, I see that. All right. I will spend the 2 clues to advance. For the remainder of the scenario, we can now inventor each other's locations.
Okay, and they're all interconnected, or
locations in front of you are connected to one another. So, yes, right. They never stopped being connected. So,
I wasn't sure if Arkham Woods were, but they have symbols on. They have symbols on them.
They do, I believe all of the Witch Haunted Woods are connected to all of the Arkham Woods. I'm not sure if all of the Arkham Woods are connected to each other. It looks like they're not.
Okay.
But I believe we ignore that. Let's just look at the things, right, instead of trying to figure it out. So in the beginning, locations in front of you are connected to one another. You cannot enter each other's locations. That's gone.
Okay.
Locations in front of you are connected to one another. You cannot enter them other ones.
Okay.
Locations in front of you are connected. So I believe all of them are connected. We can go down here and read this last blurb. Can you move your mouse, please? Thanks.
Sure.
During the scenario, investigators play separate. Act 1A has this text. Locations remain. However, it also has a text you cannot. Yeah. The way I'm reading this is that we can go into any locations that are in front of each other. We're all in the woods.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing says we can't.
Awesome sauce.
All right. I would like to. Can I? Action one? No, I can't kill them both. So I guess I'll move down here.
And get punched.
And get punched, yes. When an enemy would spawn at a different one, I can force it to be here. Then it'll attack everybody here.
And it has the victory word on it.
Well, yes, it won't or it will for long, but it won't matter. I will be fighting. I will go +3. I succeeded by 2, so I get my action back. He'll die, and I'll take the clue with greet. Ooh, whoops. All right, and then I will investigate the location. I am even. Oh, that's not good at all. Never mind. And greet's gonna die in the next one. Cool. Let's draw a card. Of course. This is not legal. So we'll go get a different random basic weakness that is. That's from the return to. But that's legal. Cool. And I can't get rid of that, so let's draw another card. Okay. At the end of my turn. Oh, no, it's when I take my horror. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Action 1.
Sure.
Oh, did you take a horror from killing it?
No, but it would have happened before I drew this weakness, so I don't also take a damage, and I'll put it on greet. Go ahead.
All right. Action 1. I will get my. Well, before I start, I will go ahead and get my money.
Sure.
I will then proceed to investigate.
Okay, so you're -1.
Yep.
-4, and there is no whatchamacallit.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and draw from Rabbit's Foot from failing.
Sure.
Actually, we're not gonna do that. And this falls in that same window because this is requires, and so we'll get 2 more clues.
Okay.
All right. Action 2 says I should come over here because that says spawn a bad guy. Oh, I could have it spawn there.
If you want me to get hit by it, sure. I thought I was going to be tanking this guy already.
Oh, well, that's action 2. I will come here.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my 2 remaining actions to get rid of that, since that's a compounding problem.
I won't complain about that. All right. So then, monster phase. He'll hunt. I will take a damage. Sorry,
okay.
This would have went away at the end of my turn, or is it end of round? It's end of round. All right. So that was that. I took my damage on me, not on greet, intentionally, and go to upkeep. Ready our cards. Now this goes away at the end of the round. Doom in the agenda. Let's not have Ancient Evils for 1 round, please. Okay, I'm +1 on this test, and I can take horror now because I lost that weakness, so let's do it. I will pass. Go for it. you are -2, and for each point you fail by, you discard a card at random, and if you cannot, you have to take a horror and a damage. This is the first one of them, so there's no. Actually, I believe we might have we might have put one in there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a test of 4, so you're -3 actually.
All right. Well, I hear that I am -3. You said, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I like a lot of cards in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and rise to the occasion.
Sure. So that brings you 3 more. So it gets you to even.
Yeah, and that's going to be
I think I'd like you to keep your cards, so I'll give you 2 more.
okay.
You didn't need it, but that's okay.
Alrighty.
All right. I'd like to go unless there's something you plan on doing.
I'd like to not take the damage
I don't know what that means.
from your when you kill this guy at each investigator.
Sure. If you can't take a horror, I didn't realize it was the end of the world. Go for it.
Well, not yet, but
Go for it.
it.
Go for it. I'm not
Okay,
upset.
okay,
Go.
okay.
Go.
Well,
it's 6 of one,
if I
half a
pull,
dozen of the other. As long as you don't make another guy show up, I don't really care.
if I pull one of those, that gets my horror down real quick. And
I mean, you have
as
7, and you have 9 right now. But maybe we're just reading things differently. Go ahead. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Sure.
Just don't
Okay,
make a
so
bad
you
guy
don't
show
want
up.
other.
Not this turn. I'm not ready. I have to spend
Okay.
2 actions to kill this guy already.
Okay.
Okay.
I just.
Okay.
Okay. Investigators can go ahead. All right. So that's action 1 is moving on over.
Okay.
Action 2. I will proceed to. Yeah. Thank you. So do that. That. Yeah. Action 2, I will play a keyring. I will test with the keyring.
So 2 is play, 3 is use it. You're testing even. You fail by 1.
Okay, so I have to.
You do nothing. Oh well. You're gonna. So first we're gonna discard a card for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you retest.
And then I will.
That's a very good decision. And then you're retesting.
What?
You discarded
Oh.
Ancient Evils number 3, so we're done with those.
All right. I also get to draw for my rabbit's foot.
Yep.
And so I'm plus now 3, right?
No, I think you're +2, right? Because you were
Yes,
even,
I'm +2.
and then you got +2.
And then I will commit.
Now you're +3.
Resource.
Sure.
Yes.
So you pass.
Right.
So you're gonna lose the charge from the keyring and get one of the clues.
Yep. I will get back. Look what I found.
Okay.
And then I need to get that 1 more, right?
It's probably a good idea. We need 6 clues to advance. We currently have 4.
Okay. And let's go ahead. Let's do. Sorry, I'm doing a little math.
I'm just waiting. I can't do anything
no.
but.
Well, that's why I'm
You're
apologize. Pull like. This is, I think, going to be one of. I'm going to take heart. No, I'm not going to take heart because then I lose resources. So let's just.
I mean, you could always use your last one to move those over, if you don't have a way to
Right.
spend them effectively.
Yeah, it's a thought. I think for the moment I'm going to just spend those to do that.
Oh, hey, look, well connected. That looks familiar.
It does.
Yeah. So.
All right, and that'll be my turn.
All right. So I have a friend. I will begin by punching it. I will not be charging the blade with the first attack. So we are 6 to 3, which is +3. We succeed. I will now charge the blade. So when you charge the blade, you get another +1 and deal an extra damage. So now I am 7 to 3, which is +4. And I succeed, so he takes 3 damage. When he dies, he'll do a horror, and I'm also going to use Greet's React. I don't think I can do both of these, because I think in the layering,
Yeah, I
I'm
agree
going to
with you. I
lose
think you can only.
1. So I'm going to take the horror, let Greet get the clue, and this is going... Oh, there's only one... Yeah, that works. And Greet gets the clue. From there... Why did... Oh, because I attacked twice, didn't I?
Yeah.
Alright. Then I guess I'll move over to here, because this seems to be a place that I will be effective, and I lose. Thank you. Alright. That's my final action. So,
Okay.
upkeep, since there's no more
Upkeep.
monsters. Doom on the agenda, 6 of 8, and encounter cards. Mine first, please. We're switching it up now, 'cause we changed people.
We are. We are.
I am -1, but I think that that's acceptable for this test, so we will be -1. We will
Hey.
succeed. Get wrecked, nerd. Go ahead. Goes into your threat area. You lose a skill for the first test you perform, and you can test it. If there's an exhausted witch, that becomes automatically successful.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Can I go, or is there something that you intend to do?
Go for it.
All right. I'd like to use Watch This to investigate this location. 5 to 2. What's the matter?
Can? Oh, it's
Pretty
fist.
sure
That's
I
right.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fist. Yep.
Yep. I'm also going to commit Quick Thinking to be 6 to 2, so I'm +4. I'm going to get 6 money and my action back. Action. Oh, I get my action back. Action. I will action 1, draw a card. And I will run this gambit back. +3. And I will get 6 more money.
Okay.
So I drew a card, I investigated. I'm going to play that next turn. So with my last action, I will move to the remaining location.
Okay. Well, I am -3. So for my first test this turn, I'm going to go ahead and take heart on my
Yes.
investigation.
I
here.
support this decision. Yes. So you are at -3.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then
Just
I'm not
click,
gonna do
right?
anything.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We're trying to fail. There we go. Draw
All right.
2 and get 2 money.
Goes on there because.
Yep.
All right. So that's
resolved. Yep.
Yep. All right. So action 2. I'm at a shroud of 3. So that brings. I think getting it down.
It doesn't go away until you fail. Until you succeed.
Yeah. Oh, I also draw a card from this.
That's also true.
Yep. All right. So action 2 will be to investigate with the keyring.
Before you do that, if you're intending to move your inheritance over, you could use Well Connected now and get an extra.
That's fair. Yeah, no, let's do that. Let's
right.
do that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything more fun with that. So
sure.
So we'll go to 1 to be +1.
You're effectively getting +3 with your skill, so you'll be 4 to 3, which is yes, +1.
Do I want to? Oh no, we're good.
And that's all you needed. +1. You
all
succeed.
Right. So keyring
goes poof. Charge goes in the bin, and you get the clue.
All right.
And that's your second action, right?
Yep. Action 3 seems wasteful, but
I'm assuming you're just gonna move here and get a clue here, or something like that.
No.
Okay.
Because
you're gonna get your 10th money for free, right?
I am.
In the upkeep.
Yeah. All right. 3, and then yes, I will get the.
You don't have to. I mean, you could draw a card instead if you think that's more valuable, or take the money.
I don't know. I don't know my weaknesses yet, so.
Also true.
I
mean, if you want to take the money instead of the clue, if you're planning to play Look What I Found or something, but you're probably not going to fail this location unless you try to.
The money will be useful, but I'll have that to play with it. So
Then
no, the
take
money
it.
is not relevant. No, we'll just investigate it even.
Okay, I can't help. So
It's gonna be what's gonna be.
nope.
There. I'm not fixing that far.
Nope. All
So
right.
okay.
So we go to the upkeep.
Oh.
Doom on the agenda. 7 of 8. Did you draw a weakness? You did, and that is not legal. That's from Innsmouth, so we have to go get you a new one.
Okay.
That is very legal, and that is probably the worst possible thing that could have just happened. But you wanted indebted, but I think paranoia might actually be worse. My
No,
God.
paranoia actually is.
My goodness.
So okay.
Actual. Wow. Oh, this is going to be a fun campaign.
Yeah, I just again,
Yep.
it teaches. I just know have to. I just have to deal with certain things in certain orders. That's all.
Yep. All right then.
All right.
Moving right along. That was our upkeep. So now we're on. I already put the Doom on because it wasn't. It was 6. So now we're on
Okay.
encounter cards. Put this into your threat area. I can't use click abilities. I must test 3 to get rid of this, and this is a click ability. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Your turn.
All
Okay.
right.
So now it's getting +2 because there's 2 copies. So it's a test of
Yep.
5, and I
Okay,
cannot help you.
Oh well, right. This is the first skill test I'm performing this time, so
That's
it is a
correct.
full.
Correct.
I'm
So
just
you
gonna
were
have
five.
that.
You were 5-0. Yes. There's
All
no
right.
witch, but you're gonna do 5 random cards from your hand.
Okay.
You don't have a choice, so you just discard 5 random
Yes, I can.
cards.
Well, this could be good. It worked out. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I would have liked to look what I found, but I'll take it.
Yeah. That's interesting. So because it's random, that is legal. And then
Yes.
now you draw a card from Rabbit's Foot because you failed now.
Yes, you are correct.
Yep. You shouldn't have
Okay.
drawn it yet. So.
I did not. Yep.
All right. So it's our turn. I'd like to go unless you would like to do something.
Go for it.
All right. As a reaction, I'll begin by playing Mitch Brown.
Okay.
Then I will investigate this location at +2. I will succeed.
Okay.
I will investigate this location. Oh, what else does he do? Just gives me the ally slots, right? Yep. Okay. I'll investigate at +2.
Okay.
Oh, whatever.
It's gonna spawn at the place above us, but yes.
Why?
Because we can, but it doesn't matter because they're gonna be hunters.
Yeah. I failed anyway, and there's no witch, so that's fine.
All right.
That's 2. I get one more, right? Or
You investigated. We played Mitch.
Mitch is a reaction from Leo. I didn't play
Oh
him
yeah,
as
yeah,
an
yep,
action.
yep.
But I'm just gonna draw a card here.
Do you want to test your thing instead, or?
Actually, that's probably reasonable. Sure, I'll test it at +1.
Hey.
Success. Go ahead.
Because I cannot help you with that situation.
I mean, you
All
could,
right.
but you probably wouldn't succeed.
All right. So action 1.
Interesting. Okay,
Well,
go for it.
I'm going to investigate the location.
Okay, you're even. You have failed by 2.
I will be lucky.
Okay, you have successfully done the thing, which
All
in
right.
turn will get us the top card from the discard pile, which is this one.
Yes.
What's happening?
I'm gonna. What is he?
He's that. I'll let you.
I'll,
You can change where he goes. I'm just.
yeah. No. This is fine.
Okay.
I will go ahead and attack.
Sure. So you are -2. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, he has retaliate. So if you had something.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, he does retaliate. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
less good.
For you.
Cool.
I'm assuming you're gonna spend the money from your family inheritance to get +2.
I was thinking about going both of them.
You just got to do one.
Okay, then I'll go 1.
And I'll give you overpower, so you're +4.
Or you mean +2?
+2 now, yeah, sorry.
All right, that's going to be as good as we're going to get, and I have no resources for that, so that is a failure.
Rip.
All right, and I have 1 left. That's that. That's that. That's that. Evasion is about the same, so let's try again.
Okay, I can't help this time, so you're just even.
Fail, but
okay.
All right.
So you take another 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then we go to the monster phase. He hits you again.
Yep.
Go to upkeep. Well, that's a good draw. Doom on the agenda will advance us. Discard all but the last 5 cards, and the investigator with the most cards in their play area must get the topmost witch in the discard pile. How did that card get discarded? Oh, because you hit skulls.
Because you pulled skull, yes.
Yep. Alright, I know what it is. There's one of
Witch,
the Coven Initiates. Well, there's another witch as well.
Okay.
Alright, we have 12 Doom. At the end of the round, place 1 Doom on this agenda for each witch at the witch's circle, which currently isn't in play, which I'm going to assume is behind the path into Twilight.
So do we have to do the Revelation Fest effect of her?
You do have more stuff in play than me. Yeah, we will.
Top 2 card.
Yep, I'm getting there. Alright, and then we must draw from the encounter deck, because that was just the Mythos phase, or the Doom Threshold. Okay. Well, we got to skip that one. And it's your turn.
Because you get to draw the topmost hex of the encounter discard pile.
I can. That looks familiar.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Your turn.
4 bad things?
Yeah.
Let's go Ancient Evils.
The Piper is not in play. Go. Okay, yep, it does this. Okay.
And I get a Surge.
Yep. Okay, you're -4.
Oh. Alrighty, well, let's just get this over with, too. Okay.
So you are flipping 5 and looking for a curse to kill Leo.
Yes.
Terror. Terror.
Terror.
Enemy.
Witch.
Omen. Curse.
Curse.
Bye, Leo.
Okay.
Oh my god, did that really just happen? Okay.
Alright.
Well, I can't use my weapon, which is a new and exciting experience. I don't think taking attacks of opportunity is a good idea, so I am going to try to help you with your problems a little bit.
Oh, I failed my test as well, so I'll draw with my rabbit's foot.
Yeah, that works. Alright.
Okay.
I'm going to commit Vicious Blow to a physical punch on the Coven Initiate. She is dead.
Okay.
I am then going to test my willpower, +1, get rid of this thing, and then I'm going to use my blade and attack your Covenant Initiate. So I am 6-2, which is +4, and it is dead.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I only get 3 actions, and I have done what I can.
Alrighty. So, let's have some fun here with I've got 4 resources. So let's start off with 1, 2, 3. So that'll get me 7 to 3.
+4, yep.
Alright, in before Red Squid.
Nope, just -1. You pass.
And Oh, I'm sorry. One of that should have been from my resource
I
pool to
understand.
make sure.
Yep, you want
Yeah.
the extra damage.
Yep. All right. Okay. So,
And then he's still alive because he has 3 health.
yep. I'm debating on the best way to take care of. I'm assuming I'm going to go with just if I go +4,
You'd
which
be
would make me
+2.
+2.
Yes. And
+3 is the place to be.
yeah, I really don't want to give up the card in my hand. I've been holding it for a
Uh,
while. It's too
uh,
powerful.
all right. I will go with resourceful. This will be +3.
Okay. You needed it.
That
Good
is
choice.
enough.
Yep.
I then get to go looking for.
Okay.
I'm just debating on what.
Yeah, I just didn't know what the card was. I was trying to read it, and you kept putting cards on top of it.
Oh,
So
sure.
I just kept moving it, and then you kept putting it on top again.
Uh-huh. I think I'm going to take
Sure.
that. All right, so that's 2 actions.
Uh-huh.
I am broke.
Okay.
And clicking for money makes no sense. So we're gonna draw a card because my hand got decimated.
Okay. So you... Oh, and you lost Leo, so you're done.
Yes.
Alright, so from there we'll go to Upkeep, since there's no monsters anymore.
Yep.
Doom in the agenda, 1 of 12. There's nothing in the Witch's Coven because it doesn't exist. And encounter card. Alright, we got rid of all the ones that were in the discard pile, so I am +1, and I'll just test +1. I pass.
All right.
Oh, great, right on time. More super fun cards. Alright, I'm ready to advance if you are.
I've been ready.
We had to get things that said victory on them. I will happily give up all 5 of my clues if you want to just give up 1.
Sure.
I don't know if you have anything that cares about clues. I know that I don't. Oh, hey, look, it's the Witch's Circle. Whatcha? Put the Witch's Circle into play in the center of the play area in front of none of the investigators. The lead investigator spawns the set-aside Annette Mason at the Witch's Circle. Okay. After the enemy phase begins, move each ready unengaged witch towards the Witch's Circle. So what I'm going to
Okay.
just do now, quickly and easily, and we are both here, is just create a circle, right? That way it's easier to navigate all this stuff.
Okay.
Coming back up here, locations in front of you are still connected. If Annette is defeated, we may advance, or if there are no clues at the Witch's Circle, we may advance. As we
Okay.
can see, there's currently 6 here. Put the Witch's Circle into play in the center. We've done that. After the enemy phase begins, move more witches. That's fine. None of that matters. Annette says after the enemy phase begins, discard the top 3 cards. Spawn the witches discarded by this effect at her location. If none are discarded, ready her. So what that will do is if no witches become spawned, then she'll make an attack because she'll be ready. It happens at the beginning of the phase. All right. Did you have plans or no? And she has 8 health.
Okay. I was just gonna try and get as many clues as I could.
I think right now we should get rid of your test. So kind of set up this turn, and then next turn we'll try to get clues.
I mean, I'm testing -2.
Well, I can give you +3. So I think it's in our best interest to set up for a turn. I also would like to play another weapon because this one's almost out of
Oh,
charges.
sure then. We can do some setup.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 3 resources to play my favorite card in the Guardian pool, Machete. And then I will draw a card. And then I will draw another card. Interesting. These are both neat cards. All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, I will spend my first action clicking up for money. Don't
Okay.
even.
I'm just doing the things that need to be done. Okay.
That's action 2. Action 3. I've already drawn both my weaknesses, so
Correct.
let's get a card.
Okay.
Oh, that's perfect.
See? Setup is good.
And then action 4, I will proceed to get another card.
Okay.
And then I will test that.
Sure. Would you like to be +3 now or later?
Later.
Okay. All right. So you'll fail. So you'll get your rabbit's foot, and this will go off, and then you're going to play live and learn, and now I'll give you +3, which is effectively +5 because of the live and learn. So you're 6 to 3, which is +3,
Okay.
and you succeed.
All right.
And then this is a different test, so we can't do that. All right.
Yes.
All right. So from here, we go to the monster phase. In the monster phase, Annette discards the top 3 cards. Not a witch. Not a witch. Not a witch. So nobody gets spawned. She would get readied, but she's already readied. She is not a hunter, so she'll stay there and hang out.
Okay.
All right. And then we can go to upkeep. Okay. Move to the Doom on the agenda. That doesn't change anything else. So we go to encounter cards. I get mine. That looks familiar. Go ahead. That
that's
is
fine.
probably okay. Just remember you can't use this ability now.
I can't move it to turn it into my resource.
That's
Like
what I
use the
meant.
rest of it.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. The rest of it is fine.
Okay. I'm assuming that you'd like me to go first, but I'm open to that not being the case.
Go for it.
I didn't know if you had an evade plan. All right. We'll begin with my reaction. I'll spend 2 money to play a guard dog.
Okay.
Mitch gives me the extra ally slots, which is why that's allowed. Action 1 will be to go say hello to Annette. She is not massive, so she'll come say hi. And I will begin hacking at her with my machete. So I am 5 to 4, which is a big +1, and that's what we're going to do, but we're actually even because of this racked. So we fail. Oh, and she has retaliate. I should have read what cards do. That's fine. So the guard dog will take 1 and retaliate to her, and Mitch will take 1. And then
Okay.
I will attack with the third action, actually +1. And we'll go +2. And succeed. So she'll take 2 damage.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will move on in.
Okay. To be fair, we do have the alternative option of killing her instead of cluing her,
We do.
since you have an axe
Uh,
and no money, or relatively no money.
That's fair. This sounds like a course of action.
The only thing is you can't axe right now with this.
I cannot, and I can't resolve that in any
Okay.
good way presently.
Okay.
Well, if I were to exhaust her in some way, shape.
Yes. That's I can't do that. Exhausting her is not in my repertoire.
It's in the same skill set as mine.
Yes. Yes, it is, except you potentially could have things that would help, and I do not. In any
All
case, cluing it up sounds fine too. Okay, so luckily these are all fast actions, so you'll be able to use them. Unfortunately, oh, well, actually, you might be able to use that for the future. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
So 1 was move, 2 is play dig deep. You still have 2 actions remaining.
Yes, if we want to go on the killing her plan, we can do that.
We could do either one. I just wanted to make sure you knew that was an option. I don't know how. I'm not going to be any help with these 6 clues.
Sure.
I am going to be help with punching her.
Yeah. Let's see, I could have gotten 2 here. And then gone for another 2, but I would more than likely need that to help. So that would put me at even, and then I'd go
+1, right? Assuming you're using this one.
+1.
You get +3, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'll give you another one, so you're +2.
To hold off on yours.
I don't need. Okay. So that gets you to even, +1, +2, and I'll give you this. You keep your money.
Sure.
Yeah.
+3.
Perfect.
All right. And now she has got to fight a 4, so I cannot do that this go around.
Sure.
So let's play Keyring if we decide that we need to go with other.
Okay. So from there we go to the monster phase. At the beginning of the monster phase, we discard the top 3. There should be a witch here, but who knows? Yep, there it is. And then spawn each witch discarded at her location. So it'll be here. And I guess I'll grab it. There should be 2 acolytes in there. But I'll just search real quick. Oh, there's 3 actually. Cool.
Okay.
So she is a big 5. And if it runs out, she does bad things. Cool.
So that was spawned during the enemy phase begins?
Yup.
So they both fight?
Yup.
Is that correct? Okay.
Mitch will take 1. Guard dog will take 1, and then react and deal 1 back.
Okay.
And then Annette will kill the guard dog and take another 1.
All right.
All right. Upkeep.
Upkeep.
Doom on the agenda and in counter cards.
Okay.
Of course.
I'll put
Yep.
Doom.
That's fine. You're -4, -5 because of racked.
Yep. I'm already preparing.
Mm-hmm.
-5 and curse.
What are we looking for? A curse?
Yes.
You got one already. So I'm just
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. I've taken my 1. I get to draw my card. Okay. Do you want me to go punching first, or so you can figure out your life, or
I mean,
do you want me to just go
they have
swinging on an
retaliate, so I'd rather you go first.
Okay. Well, let's start off with getting 4 money.
Yep.
All right. Okay. That's just clues. That's just clues. That's just clues. Or that's...
Yeah, I mean, I think we just kill Annette. I think that we don't mess around with the
Sure.
other stuff. So.
Sure. So I will start off with going +3. Or +6, so...
Yeah, I'm
So that
just...
says
I fixed it because you want to use the money from your pool, right?
Yes, thank you. Yep. So that makes me...
7 to 4 is +3.
Okay.
Okay.
+3 is the right place to be.
Yep.
She'll take 2.
Yep.
Go do the same thing. I'll go 6 to...
So now you're +2.
Yeah, and that is the best I can do.
Yeah, I don't have a card that can help, so...
Sure. That is
Still a
enough.
pass, yep.
And
So
causing
2
you
actions,
harm...
right?
Yes. Causing you harm from here does not seem like a great way to do this.
Yes, you would likely fail and we'd both get hit.
Yes.
So
let's not
potentially
do
drawing
that.
cards to help me on my tests makes the most sense to me, unless you already have cards to help me.
I do not.
That's
yeah.
because I think investigating is pointless. So.
Yes.
And you know you can't hit a weakness because you've hit them both.
If I get a money, that still makes me in a place where I can't. So yeah, draw a card. And can't play that for you, so draw a card. Okay.
All right. Well, I just need to succeed 1 time, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna begin with our blade because that gets us an extra combat. So we are 6 to 4, which is +2. That's the best I can do. Do you have any help?
Nope.
Well, you have no question marks, and you're okay.
It's right here. So
Yeah, no, I just thought there might have been more. It's okay. +2 it is. Hey! Get there. So she's going to head her way over to the victory display.
Yep.
And we're going to advance. We do resolution 1 because she was defeated by combat. Alright, let's hop into the book. Resolution 1 is a whole bunch of lore. In your campaign log, record the witch's spell was broken.
Okay.
In the mementos discovered section, record mesmerizing flute and ritual components.
Okay.
Each investigator will gain a bonus experience as they gain additional insight into Arkham's past, and we get the display.
Okay.
So the display is 7. We'll double check that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's correct. So we're going to be getting 8 experience, and we are ready to move on to the next scenario. We'll do that tomorrow night. I hope everyone had a good time. You'll see me tomorrow with 2 more charisma and something else. Probably a beat cop, and we'll go from there. See everyone tomorrow night.